Hi, my name is Dick Jarvis, and welcome to the third devlog for my 3D platformer Andy Jam. Today we're going to be whoa! What was that? Oh. Oh no. Oh my. So, since I started this devlog, YouTube has been recommending me a lot of videos titled things like, and excuse the YouTube voice, "Making my dream game in the Unity engine, devlog number 2, posted 1 year ago. No updates." Based on my very limited research watching YouTube, we're reaching the top of the bell curve in this devlog, where most indie platformer protagonists leave behind a very radical corpse. But I think I've got a good shot. My motivation is more an obsession to tell one very funny joke, and that's really keeping me going. Plus, I have an obligation to present monthly updates to my patrons. These videos are not really meant as an entertainment product, and more as physical evidence that a game is happening. Don't worry, Andy Jam isn't going anywhere, unless I can't afford food anymore. So yeah, that's www.patreon. Picking up with the movement code from last episode, I implemented spinning. You'll see in some of these clips that the model isn't spinning. That's because when he spins, I changed it so that the mesh's rotation is locked, and that way I can handle spinning by the animation state machine. I'd like to have complete control over it so I can do some fun smears and wacky, spinny, dizzy things. That great cartoon stuff. His spin can go into a spin jump, and from there he can float around, or he can do a spinning ground pound, which I added onto the original plan. From the spinning state, if you press the action button, he enters a fight cloud, and I guess this is as good a time as any to start talking about my combat plan. There's going to be 2 tiers of enemies. Little guys, who are easy to beat, and big guys who take a few hits. Some of your attacks are going to be great at dealing with groups of the little dinky guys. For example, when you press the action button while spinning, Andy turns into a little fight cloud, and that can suck enemies in and spit them back out. But the big guys don't care about that, and they will just hurt you. I'm hoping that by throwing a mix of these types of enemies at the player, it will force them to mix it up and make the moment-to-moment gameplay more interesting. Or maybe it will just be incredibly annoying, and I don't know, and we'll see how it works out, but we'll balance it when we get to that point. Moving on in the action column, I implemented a framework for his punches and a timer so he can have a little 1-2-3 combo. He can do this while crouched as well to do a little swipe, which he has to stop to do. I also added the framework for his in-air kick. Not much to say about that one. You attack in the air. Press the button, he does a little bounce, and whatever's in his way is going to hell. It's going to die and go straight to hell. Burn in fire. Sorry, I don't know. Anyways, I remapped his dive to the action button because I want his dive to be more of a combat option than a traversal one. It's both, but I want you to think of it as an attack first. If you are in a long jump and you press the action button, he is going to take both his fists and slam into the ground, and whatever is in front or underneath him is going to get a big wallop. That's called his double axe. According to my friend Nick, that's a wrestling move. I added another move where if you're sliding and you tap the action button, he enters into a roll. And so long as you keep tapping it and don't bump into anything, he can roll around the stage at top speed. And I gotta say, it's pretty fun to roll around the default area at top speed. It's a good thing I've decided to steal so many mechanics from Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, last on the movement list is swimming. Before I put the code in, I converted half of the default area into a swimming pool. The pool is just a big collision box with physics turned on, and on top of it is another very narrow collision box tagged water surface. That way when he bumps into the water surface, he knows he's not supposed to be having underwater controls, and when he hits dive, that turns out, it just yada yada. His swimming is coded in and it works. The swimming as it is right now is, extremely bad. But you know, it's all blocked in. He can dive, he can move underwater, he can jump out of the water, he can swim on the surface. It all technically works. It's just also broken and doesn't work, and it feels bad to play. But I really want to move on to animation and get his state machine operating before I refactor a lot of the code, because it's going to be a lot less complicated. And it also means Andy can stop T-posing, and that you can all stop using your fucking imaginations to imagine what he looks like moving. Alright, and with that, that is movement code done with several asterisks. My wish list is updated. This is stuff that's going to have to be fixed when we get to refactoring and recoding some stuff. My goal for March is to fix the rig, animate most if not all of the movesets, and implement the animation state machine. A big shout out to, this would probably be better in the YouTube guy voice. A big shout out to all my patrons who have made Andy Jam possible. Oy. Okay, never doing that again, I promise. Alright, I'll see you next month. If you'd like to see how that goes, subscribe to this channel, and subscribe to my Patreon, and put a single golden coin inside my cup. Fare thee well.